Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Nitro
Oh, God, Lord.
Break the targets. Ready? Go!
I really don't know what you expect me to do here. I don't even have a side B, dude. I could throw my wallet at that one, but even then, I'm just gonna run out of time. Sorry. Welcome back to April Fool's 2020. Doing the same thing we did last time. We got Brady again.
Why they got a tape for monkeys?
I'm here once again. We still got that guy. I still don't know why he's there. We got more segments, we got more guests, way more guests. We have so many guests. You have no idea how many guests we have. But first and foremost, before we get to that, a new episode of
Steve Buscemi. He's like, I don't tip, and then the other guy's like, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay.
Yeah, I love that movie. Why?
You know when they also walking in slow motion. It's like they're playing the guitar and stuff.
Yeah.
That was the Partridge Family's Doesn't Somebody Want to Be Wanted? As K. Billy's super sounds of the 70s weekend just keeps on trucking.
Looking back on the track for a little greenback. Got fine times, losing my mind. What's the dive starting today? Looking back on the track, I'm do it my way. Looking for the track to the sun today. Looking back on the track, looking for looking for somebody that's to find. I thought I knew the lyrics to this, apparently I don't. Just to the left, turn to the right. Looking upstairs, looking all night. I really don't know why I thought I could sing. It's like my favorite movie, and I don't even know. Whatever. Just go to the video.
Nitro Rad.
If there's one thing I've always admired about Capcom, it's the variety. It seems like it doesn't matter what genre they try, they're pretty often putting out bangers. Platformers, fighters, horror, action RPGs, hack and slash, whatever you're into, chances are pretty good that they've made something up your alley. Even nicher games that didn't see as much attention, Capcom had no problem throwing money at interesting projects. There's a lot of underrated Capcom games, some of which gathered cult followings and gave it a second life buying re-releases, while others remain quite obscure to this day. Games like Maximo, there's a good one. Oh, anybody remember Dark Void? There's another one nobody really cares about that Capcom published back then, back in that weird time where it seems like every character had to be voiced by Nolan North.
Well, ain't life strange?
But it was mostly around the late 90s and early 2000s that we saw a lot of those kind of games, especially from Japanese developers. There's something about those weird Japanese games that nobody really remembers that interests me, even if the game itself wasn't all that good. I just love seeing the unique concepts and ideas that they can offer. And buddy, it don't get much more unique than Capcom's Under the Skin, a bizarre action game? Man, I don't even really know what to call this thing, but back in the mid-2000s, during one of Capcom's slower years, they released this thing on PS2, and like, nobody played it. All I really know looking at this thing is that I really like this alien guy. He's pretty cool. I like that big old grin. Literally the only reason I even know about this game is because some random Twitter I follow that posts guest characters in games showed off some Resident Evil references in it. Apparently an entire level from this game is Raccoon City, complete with zombies, Jill Valentine, and even Nemesis himself. What? You can tell they were really riding on that Resident Evil content to sell this thing. A pretty good chunk of the back is dedicated to making sure you know there's some Resident Evil stuff in here. It's kind of like a more desperate version of that famous featuring Dante from Devil May Cry sticker that was on the PAL version of Nocturne. Well, considering how little this game sold and how littler it's even remembered, I'm gonna take a wild guess and say this little stunt didn't sell that many copies, but I mean, I guess by some bizarre futuristic means, it did put this game in front of my face over 15 years later, so there's that. And I mean, I've got a pretty lucky record of games I've covered in the past getting HD re-releases, so maybe that Resident Evil reference was a long con. The game was directed by Hiroki Kato, not somebody you often see in the director's chair, but he's worked on tons of Capcom stuff. Resident Evil, God Hand, Okami, even left Capcom to join Platinum, working on Vanquish as his final project. According to an interview with Shinji Mikami, Kato's now retired as a game developer. So it's not like just some dude that made this thing. This was a guy that Shinji Mikami, the guy that made Resident Evil for those that don't know, seemed to speak quite highly of, so I guess now I have to play it. As if I wouldn't. You guys know I love this kind of stuff, so yeah, let's see what the hell this thing even is. This is kind of a jam. Oh, right, that's like the other weird thing this game's kinda known for. For whatever reason, the game's trailer uses the song Little Green Bag, a song made famous by the iconic intro scene of Tarantino's first film, Reservoir Dogs, which, by the way, is like one of my favorite movies ever. Now, obviously, I can't use the actual song in this video, or YouTube would give me a crazy copyright claim for it, so I got my friend Ryan to make a horrible MIDI version of it I can use, so enjoy. I'm a little unsure why they chose this song. I mean, it is a classic, and I guess they needed something for the trailer, but my guess is that it's because Reservoir Dogs' theme of being undercover kinda coincides with the central gimmick of this game, being an alien in disguise. And that's precisely what this game's plot is all about. We follow Cosme, this adorable little blue alien dude from the Mischief Planet, a place where aliens leave to go to other planets to create mischief when they come of age. If they can successfully invade a planet, wreak havoc, and make it home safely, they successfully complete the mischief trial. Earth, however, is the most difficult planet to invade, as humans are very resilient to mischief and are well equipped to fight off the aliens. So far, not a single alien has been able to successfully tackle Earth. So, of course, Cosme gets the big dumb idea that he's gonna be the first alien to survive the trip. He's gonna go to Earth, be the first one to successfully invade it, and then come home to fame and fortune. Things immediately go wrong when Cosme's stupid ass smashes into a satellite, crash lands on Earth, and causes mass hysteria, blowing his own cover.
Oh man, looks like I've done it again!
We then get chewed out by Master Itazura, the master of mischief himself. He oversees mischief exams on Earth. He's such a weird character. It's like an alien sensei dude, but he talks exclusively through this hand puppet.
Master Itazura!
Looks like you screwed up again, huh, kid?
Oh my god, the best part of this character design is that it's impossible to tell whether his head is just actually on his arm because he's an alien and just kind of looks like that, or if he's actually just so weird he only talks to people with a puppet. Man, I gotta say, these character designs are really good. I like them a lot. The cell shading has aged really well, and the choice of color is super vibrant. I love the general art direction of this game. If this were ever to get an HD re-release like Capcom did with Okami, I think these graphics would translate really well. Capcom really has to do the same thing with Mega Man Legends. Like, come on, simple cell-shaded art styles, they age so well. The human characters aren't really as appealing looking. They can be kind of chunky and have silly proportions, but, you know, that's kind of the idea since humans are like the bumbling victims of your pranks in this game. They're supposed to look silly. So the general idea here is that you're wandering a level disguised as a human, pulling pranks on people and causing them to drop their coins. The goal is usually to collect more coins than a competing alien who's also trying to invade Earth. You're given a time limit, you're dropped into a level, and the first to 500 is the winner. To pull these pranks, you'll use a variety of items. You might startle somebody with a camera's flash, or put down tacks for them to hurt their feet on. Some things seem more like methods of murder than they do pranks. Giant bowling balls plowing through entire crowds, a fiery breath lighting people on fire, a straight-up gun that shoots people, rocket launchers, a tank. It's very Looney Tunes logic. You're absolutely decimating crowds of people with cartoonishly violent pranks, but they react as if you just kinda embarrass them in public a little bit. They're pretty pissed, but they're still alive and well.
Well, I mean, if an alien came up and shot me to death, I'd be pretty pissed off too. I mean, that is pretty rude. I'd probably give them a stern talking to.
So to get more items, you're gonna have to scan and copy another human who has a different inventory. That's how you get those disguises, by using your little ray gun thingy to scan somebody, and then you can borrow their likeness by entering a nearby UFO. Oh, I see, that's why we have the title Under the Skin, you know, like a wolf in sheep's clothing concept. I actually like that title a lot, now that I have context for it. That's a good title, that is. Disguising yourself has several purposes. Obviously, the first one is that, you know, nobody knows you're an alien. If you're in your base alien form, everybody's going to give chase and try to attack you, and that makes you drop all of your coins, which you don't want because it's probably going to make you lose. When disguised as a human, you have 2 hit points. After getting hit once, your clothes fall off, and then you're walking around in your underwear. Oh no, sorry, you're a swimsuit, as the game refers to it. Probably try to make it a little bit less crass than the Japanese version, you know, changing a word to narrowly dodge that suggestive themes descriptor on that T rating. Getting hit again while in your swimsuit will revert you to your alien form, making you drop a large chunk of coins and forcing you to painfully scan a new target and find the nearest UFO as soon as you can. Now, obviously, the whole thing of, you know, underwear being what represents your health, of course my mind goes right to Ghosts and Goblins, and considering that is also a Capcom game, I'd imagine the reference was probably deliberate. Now, pranking people will make them give chase, even if you are in a disguise. Obviously, you stole their money, they want to get it back from you, so you want to change disguises often so they'll lose track of you. When you hover your cursor over a human, you'll get to see their inventory ahead of time. Each person has a different inventory. Some have items that are better than others, or maybe somebody has an item that you particularly like or you're particularly good with. So you do not want to choose your victims at random. There is a constant level of strategy. Like in the back of your mind, you're always looking for your next target as well as pranking people and collecting coins. Because once you use up the human's inventory, that is it. You have to scan a new target, use a nearby UFO to disguise yourself as them, and then refresh your inventory with new gear. This gameplay loop is immensely satisfying. If you're trying to get the best score possible, you've always got at least 2 or 3 things to worry about. Optimizing the amount of coins you get with each item, and always being on the lookout for new likenesses to assume, whether you choose that likeness because of their inventory or the likeness itself. They lay down a lot of traps for you to fall into if you get reckless. In later levels, there's humans you straight up don't want to scan, people that have no items, or characters that are infected. Some inventories have this virus in them that eats up your other items, and once enough time passes that your inventory is then full of the virus, you'll revert to alien form. So you have to make sure to avoid certain people, or duck out of it ASAP if you grab the wrong person. And those UFOs you use to change identities, they fly away to a different part of the map whenever you use them too, so you can't just go like, oh, oops, I didn't want this guy, and then go back in. No, it goes away, and then you gotta find it again, so you're kind of dedicated to each character for at least a little bit. And I really like that. I love that, in fact. All of these little things to look out for, keeping you on your toes so you don't get reckless, there's a lot of genuinely well-crafted challenge here. You fall into this really gratifying pattern of getting new disguises, trying to find the biggest crowd of people to optimize use of your items, and then always looking for another victim to take on. Optimization, that's the key word here. It's a score-based game, right? You're trying to do as best you can in as little time as possible. Fans of the challenge mode and Pikmin, or games where you have a time limit like Tony Hawk games, those people are gonna find a lot to love here. You know what, honestly, I think that's one of the best things I can even compare this to, is Tony Hawk, as weird as that sounds. Strictly in means of structure, by the way, not gameplay. That's closer to Hitman, except it's also the coin mode from like Smash Bros. Yeah, you know what, I think that's actually the best way I can put this. You know how you're like dropped into a fairly small level, you get a time limit, do all the things. You're assuming disguises that give you different abilities, like Hitman. And of course the objective surrounds these coins that you're beating out of people and picking up, and people can beat out of you. It's literally these 3 things glued together. It's so weird. A lot of that Capcom zest too, even how you pick what order you want to do the levels in, Mega Man style. The Raccoon City level has a pretty interesting gimmick where all the zombies have viruses in their inventories, so they're way riskier to use than the harder to find non-infected that have better inventories. inventories. The goal of this level is a little bit different. Instead of competing with another alien, you instead team up with one to attack Nemesis, stealing all of his coins before the time limit's up. They do a really good job of giving each level a unique flavor. They're all visually distinct with their own cast of characters and different items. Some of them have these big stage gimmicks, like every level has what's called a panic time, where everything gets totally out of control. People are running, cars are speeding, everything is so much harder to avoid. It may be way harder, but you can earn way more coins than usual, since the chaos is knocking all those coins loose, so there's a big risk versus reward. Do I get some dough and risk losing it all? That's up to you. Panic time will have different properties for each different level. In Cocoa Town, the cars try to run you over. In Big Booty Bay, the pirates start firing their cannons at the city. In Pranksylvania, these Grim Reapers come out, and if you've copied the identity of a priest, you get these unique items that you can use to defeat them and reap large rewards. Again, it's a risky thing to go for if you want to try and score a jackpot. Every level has something like that, and it's always different. Some panic modes you're able to avoid if you have a certain disguise. For example, the pirates obviously aren't going to shoot at other pirates, so if you look like one, you're going to be safe. Again, it's another obstacle you'll have to consider when playing each level. You know what? This game kind of owns. This is a lot of fun. I'm actually kind of having a blast here with this. It's a wonder this thing never got that much buzz back when it came out. Maybe it wasn't advertised enough? I don't know. I couldn't really find any magazine ads for it. I did find a weird Japanese commercial though, with your typical weird Japan humor that lines up with the humor in the game, but that's all I could really find. It didn't really review well either. A common criticism being its short length, and yeah, the story mode is pretty short. Only about 2 hours to beat each level one time each. And I can see when you're being stacked up against everything else that's new at the time, you gotta pick and choose what you're gonna spend money on to get the best experience you can, right? But times are different now. This thing is not a full-price video game on the shelf between Resident Evil 4 and Ape Escape. It's a 15-year-old game that's aged very, very well. All this time later, and it's still really unique. There is not much out there that's like this, and now you don't have to pay full price for it. This is why I'm a big fan of the idea of games being able to age well instead of just games being able to age poorly. This is better now than it was when it came out. I mean, not literally, it is the same exact game, but contextually speaking, when it's a smaller experience that you now don't have to pay full price for, it works very, very well. As of this video, the only legal way to play it is by acquiring a physical PS2 copy. It's not too expensive on eBay, but I really hope they give it the Okami treatment and do an HD re-release. That'll make it much more accessible. Throw it up on Steam and Switch or Xbox Live and PlayStation or whatever, I don't know, for like 20 bucks or something like that. People need to be able to play this again, especially for the multiplayer. You know, you're competing with an opponent in most stages, and with a score-based formula like this, of course, a versus mode would be dope. It makes too much sense. And man, competing with a real human player instead of a computer one, it increases the stakes so much. The chaos, the pandemonium, the dickhead plays where you knock the other player out at the last second and steal all of their coins and win. Oh man, the close calls here. This game is so much fun in multiplayer. Honestly, it feels like the single player is just a tutorial for it, and with how popular multiplayer games are these days, if this thing were to release now with online support, I think it would have been received way better. So that's exactly what I want them to do, re-release this game again in HD with online support. And again, I've gotten lucky before. Voodoo Vince, Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, even Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy. I mean, hell, I haven't even reviewed Legend of K yet, and even that got an HD re-release. Capcom, it's on you. Give this game a second chance, please. Dude, Under the Skin is one of the biggest gems I found on this channel yet. It is weird and unique as hell, but under the hood, or skin in this case, it is a well-crafted game with great mechanics that all feed into each other very well. Like I said before, the gameplay loop is satisfying as hell. It's so addicting, it's crazy and chaotic, and I absolutely recommend the heck out of it, if not only for the multiplayer. Given how history's treated this thing, it's unbelievably fitting that they went with a theme of hiding in plain sight. Back when this thing came out, it probably just blended in with all the other games on the shelf and nobody really minded any attention to it. Probably just looked like a low-budget Capcom game that they desperately tied pop culture to in order to sell it. But surprisingly enough, there's a lot more to it than that. Sometimes just gotta peel back that veil and look under the skin. You just might find something pretty cool.
All right, well, for our next segment, we got a thing called
Shout out bees.
Okay. No, wait, hey, whoa, no,
Get out of there! Ah, fool! What you can't! What are you doing?
Welcome to Cluckenbell. May we take...
Can I get 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, a number 6, extra dip, a number 7, 2 45s, 1 with cheese, and a large soda. You want anything?
Yeah, I'll have one of those. What do you call them? The things. The car crash.
Shit, man. You awake? Oh, man. You probably wondering how long it's been. Afraid it's been number 9 years.
Oh, welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the April Fool's Special this year. I guess we're introducing guests now, right?
Yes, we're doing guests.
Yeah, okay. First guest up, please welcome to the stage, Salty DK Dan.
Yeah, man. Glad to be on the show.
Also welcome to the stage, Rabid Luigi.
Hi there, thanks for having me on.
And Stop Skeletons from Fighting.
Hey, I'm Derek's me, Derek, and thanks for having me, man. Happy to help.
We also got AK Family Home,
Hey there, thanks for having me on the show.
Bob Dunga.
Hey dude, it's really good to be here.
I think most people actually call him John, but some people call him Johnny.
Hey man, how's it going? Happy to be a part of the show.
Re-Rez.
Hey, thanks for having me on the show. This is gonna be so awesome.
This is a big one for the Canadian viewers. We got AJ Fry.
Oh, hey James, yeah, thanks for having me.
That's not all, we also got Snowman Gaming.
Hey Nitro Rad, big fan.
Cartoon Gamer.
Yeah, sure, James, I'll be a part of this. Beats a sharp stick in the eye.
Austin Eruption.
Hey, glad to be a part of the show.
Eye Patch Wolf.
Nitro Rad, it's an honor to be here.
Genesis does what Nintendo drew.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
The man himself, John Cartwright.
Cool to be on the show.
And who could forget my canonical arch rival, Scott the Waz.
Hi. Hey, cool to be on the show.
Yeah, thanks so much for being on the show, everybody. We're kind of doing a all-at-once roundtable kind of discussion this year. It's going to be great, maybe a little chaotic, but we'll see how it goes. First question, you guys can answer in any order you want. Whoever wants to go first. Just let's get the ball rolling. What's your favorite game you've been playing lately, and why?
I'll go first.
No, like if you can, no, one at a time. No, like if you no, just like we could just, no, you need a, no, one at a time. No, guys, please. Stop, no. You need to go one at a time. Please.
I've been playing the Meet the Robinsons game on GameCube recently, and I'm finding it's a lot similar to the one like Flush Away and It'd be like Super Bomberman. I think that was cool. It's kind of like Sonic with the art.
Sense of being. I feel like I am Tony the Tiger when I play this game.
Did you get all that?
Why'd I do this?
S'il vous plaît. S'il vous plaît. Got you now, Zelda. Can't beat my Granando. Oh, hello, interviewer. How's it going? Listen, it's all right. You don't need to say anything. I already know what you're going to say. Why the Switch? Why not something more powerful like an Xbox or a PC or a Suzuki? Well, it's quite obvious. I don't need all these graphics shoved in my face. Like, if I can see Mario's mustache in Mario Odyssey, that's enough for me. I see you waving your big Xbox dick in my face, saying, oh, Switch is underpowered and all this stuff. Play PC or Xbox. Well, I'll tell you why I play Switch. Because I can carry it anywhere. So I can take it everywhere I want. Because that makes me a stud. I'm ballsy. I don't take shit from no one. I don't need a hiding spot where I need to go in my mom's basement and playing Dreamcast or Xbox like you.
Oh, we have another guest here. This is actually a quite interesting guest. It's a local lumberjack. We actually have him right here.
You ever play Club Penguin?
I mean, like, yeah, when I was a kid, I guess, but I was more of a Habbo guy. Like, Habbo Hotel is way better than Club Penguin.
Habbo sucks.
What do you... No. Club Penguin sucks, dude. Habbo was where it was
Penguin with the dance moves.
You could dance. You can dance in Habbo too. You had the Club Penguin.
We got better moves.
Yeah, people only remember it because it was stupid. And Habbo,
we got
when you
better
dance,
moves.
it was cool.
All you do. You look like a 2D Minecraft.
I mean, Twitter poll. Let the people decide. They'll know what's up. It's better. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We'll see in like a couple of minutes when Habbo Hotel is the winner. Yeah.
Club Penguin's much cooler.
Club Penguin. If you type in a swear word, you're just banned on the spot. In Habbo, at least it just like
Habbo Hotel is nothing but a bunch of kids, a bunch of teenagers that listen to Green Day, have afros, wear ripped jeans and stuff. And then they go WTF up in the chat and stuff like that.
Are you gonna play Falling Fernie in Club Penguin? No, I didn't think so. You're gonna hit a friggin' joke button.
Yeah, okay.
And you're gonna get like the least funny joke in the world. You're gonna get something like, "Why are igloos round? So penguins can't hide in the corner." That's not even a joke.
That's family-friendly fun. You can have a lot of fun with that. And so what if it's a joke button? Literally, I didn't even know how to sign up for Habbo Hotel.
How do you not know how to sign up for Habbo Hotel? You just type in your email and then you just like...
the pool's closed?
That sounds exactly what somebody who doesn't know anything about Habbo would say.
Whatever.
Like they heard about it on like Reddit or something. Like you can tell immediately if that's the first thing someone says about Habbo, they've never freaking played it.
Check your poll, dumbass.
Oh, why? So I can see that 76% of you are apparently dumb.
Baba.
What the is wrong with you? You f***ing idiots. You dumb mother... I thought you guys were on my side, but apparently not. Apparently you're all brain-dead idiots that actually think Club Penguin is better than Habbo. I don't know why anybody would ever...
Hey kids! Hey Blue! Hey kids! Today I was hoping to make a coconut cream pie. Went to the fridge earlier and I realized the coconut is missing. We need to find some clues to find the missing coconut. Come on Blue, let's look for some clues.
Radiant Blue, looking for clues, 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 looking for clues.
It's just a dream?
Oh wow. That one's bright. That one's brighter.
I guess that wraps things up. Yeah, that's the special this year. April Fool's 2020 Nitro Rad. Thank you guys for watching.
Hold up. We still got one more guest.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
We did them all. Look what? The guest. Oh, we do have one more apparently. Okay, well, yeah, we can do one more. We got time. All right, surprise guest apparently. Surprise for even me. Yeah, please welcome to the stage. We got... Nitro Rad.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, glad to be here, man. Like,
what was your YouTube career like?
Oh, you mean like? Well, I mean, it never was meant to be like a serious thing, you know. Like, I kind of just started doing YouTube in college for fun, just kind of as a way to, you know, continuously I'm always practicing editing because I really like editing.
You like biking?
I like biking. I haven't really biked it. You look back when I was a kid, but I mean, I haven't really biked it a while. I don't know. When I was a kid, I had like an XT something. I like the bike from Crash Fantasy, you know. We're talking video game bike. I like the one from, you know, it was kind of like you passing the button to kind of pedal it and kind of up in the motion, and then you kind of like run it off. Yeah, you know, like, I really expected you guys to figure this. Tarantino comes out on screen and shoots Leonardo DiCaprio to death, and the whole crowd cheers, and it's like, who knows, maybe someday maybe I could take over the show or something. I think that would be cool.
So you decided to run. Must go on. You can't escape. The show must go on. Cycle must go on. Sacrifices are necessary. Must go on. The never-ending show must go on. The show must go on.
Nitro Rad, which is we're gonna be premiering before we get to the guests. But first and foremost, an episode of Nitro Rad right now.
Are you saying, oh, Switch is more underpowered than plays PC, Xbox?
What?
I don't know.
Looks pretty good. That looks decent. There's me.
Yeah.
Inflatable me. So we're just gonna throw this to the set as hard as we can, and you guys are gonna knock over the 2 flats.
Can I get a number 9? 2 number 9s. Is it?
It was number 9 large.
No, 2 number 9s. A number 9 large. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my god, I don't know what. How do you do that? How do you just look like a video game like that? That looks.
My life is a video game.
That looked exactly. That looks perfect. That looks exactly like a WarioWare, man. Like it was.
I like Wario.
It was like the exact same length as a mini game. That was perfect. Whatever.
Yeah. I was really running out of breath during that. Any game. You're not even gonna hear it, so it doesn't matter.
I've been playing the Meet the Robinsons game on GameCube recently, and I'm finding it's a lot similar to the ones of like Flushed Away and the Shrek one. I don't understand why these games aren't working right. Like I don't get it. I think they should have just went and stuck with something like a 2D platformer, like Toy Story, or Donkey Kong Country, or Toy Story 2 on the Game Boy, or like maybe like Super Bomberman R. I think that one's cool. It's kind of like Sonic R with the R.
What are you talking about?
You told me to ramble.
I know, that was good. That was really good. That was really good. Oh my god.
As soon as you say Meet the Robinsons,
Yeah.